So I actually don't know how I'm going to say this. I've only just gotten back from like the Newcastle live screening of the Australia-Argentina match, so this is all pretty much coming off straight off the top of my head, which I feel like is the best thing for these kinds of circumstances. But yep, Australia are out. We lost 2-1 to Argentina, but it's weird. It is a weird type of feeling. It's a lot of emotions mixed into one. It's like obviously extremely happy that Australia made it this far. Like the fact that I've even gone on record and saying that this team should not qualify for the World Cup. This was back months ago when they drew against Oman, which had probably been well over a year ago at this point. But they did. They beat Peru in a game where, realistically, they should not, on paper, should not have won. Then go into the group stage, lose to France 4-1, and then it's like, well, yeah, okay, we're out. Then turn it around and beat Tunisia and Denmark to send us through to the round of 16, where we take on Argentina and actually had a chance to send it to extra time. Like, in the last, like, sort of 15 minutes, Australia actually, throughout most of the match, Australia were pushing on to Argentina. It was the only breakthroughs Argentina really had was the goal that came off from the foul from Aziz Behic, and then a cock up from involving Matt Ryan, which I will say, I don't think it's Matt Ryan's fault. I don't think they should have passed it back to a keeper when there's two pressing forwards going directly at him. I don't think that was the wise thing. I mean, there was a lot of tension with that, of like something like that happening, because Martinez, Argentina's keeper, almost got caught out by Mitch Duke twice. So it just felt like that match was kind of like something like that was going to happen. And I saw some tweet about, like, at the first half, the expected goals were like 0.07 to 0.08 in favour of Australia, which just shows of how boring the game was, to say the least. But it's like, yeah, we're 2-0 down, and then we get a goal back, a deflection goal by Craig Goodwin, to say the very least, which if anything would have been a penalty if it missed, because it was obviously it hit the elbow. But and then we almost score twice to send it to extra time. Aziz Behic going on the run, which if he put it into the net would have been goal of the tournament, and then Garain Qual with like the last kick of the game, and then forcing Martinez to make an unbelievable near post save, and that ends our World Cup campaign. We only lost 2-1 to a team that people think will win this World Cup, because obviously it may be Messi's last World Cup. I feel like if he wins it, it will be. If he doesn't, he'll play in 2026. But and it's just this feeling. It's like, I'm very happy, but it's also, we could have, you know, like, we were there, we had him. Like, I saw this thing put up by A-League memes on it was one of the admins put it up on Facebook, and basically saying, so here it is, it says, on the train back and just reflecting, that hurts. It hurts because we weren't out of it, we were actually in it. What could have been if Maddie cleared it? What could have been if Aziz scored? And what could have been if Qual took us extra time? Football hurts, I love football. And that is pretty much the perfect encapsulation of it. And just seeing all the pictures and all the scenes of, like, everywhere in this country had like a live watch along place in most of the big cities. They should have had it at the beginning, but they finally got it for the round of 16. Like, obviously Melbourne Federation Square's obviously been like the main target point because of the scenes that happened. But you're getting, like, you had ones in Sydney, you had one in Newcastle, which was the one I was at. Bloody Perth, Adelaide, Brisbane, Canberra, Hobart, like everywhere. And it's just, this tournament just shows that, like, that football really just brings, like, the whole country together. And it's like, and now that becomes a big thing now, because football has got this absolute momentous momentum. That makes complete sense. But has all of this momentum And obviously with the A-League now restarting next week, now you got to convert it into the A-League, because you got to say as well, all of the goal scorers either currently play or only just have played in the A-League. So Craig Goodwin scored against France and Argentina. He plays for Adelaide United. Matthew Leckie, the guy who got the winning goal against Denmark to send us through to the round of 16, plays for Melbourne City. And Mitchell Duke, who got the goal against Tunisia, only a couple of years ago was at the Western Sydney Wanderers, but now plays in the second division of Japan. And there is talent. It's like, if this hopefully will be like the wake up call for like people to like, you know, because obviously like the A-League isn't obviously Premier League quality. Like, that's like that's not a controversial statement. But now it's like our players can do something. So it's a weird feeling, to say the least. Obviously, it's just a sort of it's like obviously a bit incoherent, because you're obviously trying to like think of things, go through your head as it's like what just happened. But I'm very proud of how this team went. Like, even if Australia lost like 7-0 against Argentina, I would have been proud. But yeah. And one final note, if Argentina play like that against the Dutch, they're not making the World Cup final, like, or even Brazil, because like they need to sort their shit out, because it was literally Martinez and Messi dragging them into this quarterfinals as they take on the Dutch. So that's it. Guess we got to wait till 2026 or 2023 with the Asian Cup, which I think we have confidence that we can actually probably win it.